Hi there, Save with Crypto here. Okay, so this is my long-awaited Hatom protocol experiment. So what I'm going to do here, this is a MultiversX account. This one uses the DeFi wallet extension. I can't remember what it's called now. It's this one. Is it called the X wallet? I guess it is, isn't it? Okay, so this is an account with very little in it. It's got like $16 worth of stuff in there, which is a little bit of EGLD, tiny bits of other things, and then there's actually some XMEX, which does actually include $7.14, which is actually unlockable now with no penalty, but I'll save that for another video. So the idea is I'm going to move into this account 12 EGLD, and then I'm going to swap some of it into Hatom protocol, and the rest of it I will leave as EGLD, and then I'm going to stake it in the Hatom protocol. I'm also going to provide its collateral for loans in the Hatom protocol. And I'm going to leave it there for about, 4 weeks or so and see how it does. So first of all, what I need to do is to send some EGLD to this address here. So I did that using XPortal from my main account, and it arrived in like seconds. It's so fast, so efficient. I really don't see why everybody isn't using the MultiversX blockchain for everything. It's great. So there it is. There's 12 EGLD there, 12 and a bit. Now what I'm going to do, I want about 10% of that to be Hatom protocol, because that way you can work most efficiently in Hatom protocol. I'll show you that in a moment. So I think what I need to do, I need to convert about, let's say, 1.5 EGLD into Hatom protocol. I'm going to swap 1.5 EGLD into Hatom. So it's about $84 worth. And that should take into account any fluctuations in the value of Hatom compared with the EGLD. So confirm that. So look at the fee, 0.0001 EGLD, which is about 1 cent. Now, once I've done this, the next step is to turn the EGLD into HS EGLD. That's Hatom staked EGLD. Now, the best place to do that is actually on AshSwap, not Hatom protocol, because you get a slightly better rate. So I think we're finished here, but let's just have a quick check of what we got. Okay, so total balance is $694. We've got 10.54 EGLD there. I'm going to leave a little bit behind, by the way, just for the fees. And then we've got $84 worth of Hatom. So let's go to AshSwap now. So the actual URL is app.ashswap.io. Okay, I'm going to connect a wallet. It's going to be the DeFi wallet. And I'm going to swap that EGLD into HS EGLD. I'm not going to do all of it. I'm just going to do 10. Now you see here you get less HS EGLD. That's because the S EGLD is a kind of staked version of EGLD. So when you actually change S EGLD back into EGLD, you actually get a slightly more, and that increases all the time, every day, because that is actually the value of the staked token. It's a little bit complicated to get your head around, but once you do, it sort of makes sense. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing. So swap. I mean, most people will probably use the wallet on your XPortal, which is super easy as well. I'm just using the DeFi extension here because this was something I set up about a year ago when we weren't allowed to have multiple wallets on XPortal. Okay, so that says one of one transactions processed. Okay, cool. So this URL is app.hatom.com. Then you go to apps here, and then I'm going to connect to my DeFi wallet that I've never done before. Now you can open this menu here if you click around here. It's really fiddly though and awkward. Now, if I'd have converted the EGLD into SEGLD, I would already have it in liquid staking, which is cool. And indeed, you can see that I have. Now, if I go to my position here, you will see that that is 100% HS EGLD in the wallet balance, okay? But what I want to do is to go to lending protocol. And this staked MultiversX here, I want to go to collateral. And I'll add in it the maximum amount, which is 9.65, and add that as collateral. And this does take quite a few seconds, so I've chopped some bits out of the video just to prevent boredom. And that's the confirmation you get when it says transaction completed. Okay, So we can close that down. Now what I want to do is look at this HTM booster here. Okay. Now in this case I'm going to use the Hatom that I've got, which is that. And I'm going to use that for this percentage boost. So it boosts from 0% to 150%. In actual fact, the maximum amount is 100. And this is why you need 10% Hatom compared to your EGLD to get the full boost. There is a slight complication as well, that if you want, you can make this 20% and then you will qualify for this USH airdrop. Okay. Now that's going to be a stable coin to do with Hatom that's going to happen in the future. I'm not going to do it in this circumstance because I'm already doing that on my main wallet. And I know with airdrops, you normally have to do KYC to get them. So it's not normally possible to claim from two wallets anyway. So I'm just leaving this one at somewhere between 10 and 15%. So let's go back to the booster. So there's the Hatom, and I'm going to stake that now to get that boost. Now I think that is pretty much the entire process of what I think is the most efficient way to stake EGLD using Hatom protocol. Now this whole process was something that was suggested to me by my friend Raras Porpa, who lives in Sibiu, which is where the headquarters of MultiversX is. So he hangs around with a bunch of guys who meet up and talk about strategies to do with MultiversX. So I think that's a very powerful thing to have. And I'm really pleased that I have a connection in Romania who knows the guys from MultiversX. So that's really cool. Okay, so the transaction is complete there. And for now, that is it. So what will happen over time is the amount of HS EGLD I've got here won't necessarily increase, but the redemption value going back into EGLD will. But we'll find out more about that in, like, say, 4 weeks' time. But I will come back from time to time to look at this to see how it's getting on. So as well as the HS EGLD increasing in value, there's also this over here where you get some rewards in USDC, although they're very small normally, and you can actually take them in Hatom and get a 5% bonus as well. So there's that to look at as well. I think over 4 weeks, with the amount I'm using, that amount won't be that significant, so probably won't worry too much about that. I'll be concentrating on how much EGLD I get back. So I've sent 12. Let's see what I get back. Now this strategy, of course, does involve owning a bit of Hatom. And is this a good idea? I think it is, actually. I'm looking at the Hatom EGLD chart on arda.run, which is a good place to look at the general ESDT tokens. And what I'm looking at here is maybe some kind of falling wedge like that, maybe more like that. But it does look like it could have broken out. It might come back, do a retest and go off again. But it looks like it's starting to get higher highs. That's good. Not getting higher lows yet. So what I'd like to see is maybe go for a higher high, come back, do a higher low, and then do something like that. I don't know. I'm not a chart guy, but I do think Hatom is probably quite a solid thing to hold out of all the MultiversX tokens. That new Tadar as well is looking promising as well. But I will keep you up to date about all this stuff, and the best way to know about that is to be subscribed. While you're down there, make sure you've got the notifications set on all. You may as well leave a nice comment, and do like the video, of course. That's really, really important. And above all, tell your friends.